to another edition of the That Comedy Podcast. I'm your host, DJ Marcus, and you're joining me live in the That Comedy Studios. I'm never alone. I'm with my boy, Joey LaFaro. Jojo, say hello to the people.
What's in this box? What's this box about?
I made that box when I was in elementary school.
It looks like it contains Ariel's voice.
It should.
If I open it, will I be able to sing as a mermaid?
No, you won't.
No? I don't want it.
Well, actually, no, I didn't make that. Mom bought that in Ocean City. I made another box that has an M on it. I'll show it to you later.
Okay.
I told Mom the M stood for Mom. Didn't. Stood for Marcus. I was egotistical back then.
And you're sure she didn't buy this from the sports lady?
I'm positive.
It's not going to turn into crabs.
No, sir. But we're not alone. We're joined by the pouty, frustrated, angry, pretty funny lady herself, Candace August. Candace, say hello to the people.
Let me ask y'all something. Can turkeys fly?
Turkeys fly.
Yeah.
Yes, they can.
If they're
Exactly.
enough.
So we had a game today at my job. We did Family Feud, and it was name something with feathers that can't fly. And somebody said a chicken, and somebody said a turkey. Both of those can fly.
They're not. They're actually classified as flightless birds.
Yeah.
Now, I've seen a chicken fly. Look it up on YouTube. And people hunt turkeys and shoot them in the air.
Wait, they were supposed to pick something that can fly or can't fly?
No, name something with feathers that can't fly. That was the thing. And on the board was chicken and turkey. And I know chickens and turkeys can fly.
All right. Well,
They can. It's more like a controlled jump. They fly the same way Batman flies. It's like a controlled
Like a
descent.
glide.
if they fall, they'll flap and they'll float, but they hit the ground hard.
I mean,
Okay.
I get it. They can fly more than an ostrich can fly. Like
Yes.
an ostrich ain't no.
Hey, ostrich ain't going to getting off the ground.
Yeah, an ostrich is completely flightless. But I know turkeys and chickens can take flight. They get some air.
Okay. All right. We're going to have the Crack.comedy research staff look into that during the rest of the episode. But don't forget, Candace, we do have a special guest this week,
Yes, we do.
Mr. Adrian Russell. Hello, Mr. Adrian Russell.
Hey, what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing?
Oh, doing good, man. Doing
Pretty
good.
good.
Fuck, you got his name right. It's gonna be a bad episode.
Oh, yeah. Usually I don't. See, he looks like the kind of guy who, if you get his name wrong, problems.
It's hard to really. It's
Adrian Russell wrong. That's a pretty simple one. It's a pretty easy one.
Hey,
I thought Andre at first, and then I said it before the show. So,
You know what, sir? Marcus, do better.
he did. He
I've
did
gotten
do
a lot
better,
of-
and
I've gotten a lot of
giving me
Andres
anxiety is what I'm
sometimes.
telling you.
you've had
You
Andres.
look like an Andre. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Like in the face, you look like an Andre. I don't know what that means, but you do.
oh,
Yeah,
well,
your
I mean,
face looks
I have an
somebody else.
uncle named Andre, so that counts for something.
I have an uncle named Andre too.
Was he a
Are
giant?
y'all cousins?
No, we're not.
Well, yeah, I got uncles.
Answer both questions. Was first were
Was
they
he a giant?
cousins? And the second, was he a giant?
The answer to both of those, no.
Well, my uncle's name is Leandre, but we call him Andre.
And my uncle's actual real name is Alvin, but we call him Andre. So
What is that? What is
Black. That's what that is. That's black. Oh my goodness! Did you see that, Justin?
But that's some of that country ass shit where it's like all of the uncles on my dad's side, they all have nicknames that aren't related to their real names.
Oh, of course. That's a lot of black families. Like I have a whole bunch of programs with a whole bunch of names I ain't never heard, like funeral programs. And I'm sitting there like, who the hell is Malcolm? I didn't know we had a relative named Malcolm.
We had a naming issue at the football practice on Sunday because we had two Joeys,
Okay.
which is really rare. Not only did we have the same name, but we were wearing the same shorts, so that was super awkward.
Hold on. You talking about with the insurgents?
No,
The Infinite
the
had a
unforgettables.
practice.
The insurgents. Okay, go ahead. What happened?
So now, so this is where it got weird. Now this season on this season on Playmakers Virginia.
Pretty much.
There's 2 Joeys and there's 2 AJs. So I thought that like we could like work out something because like I know that I don't no problem, and I actually could. Oddly enough, the guy who was the team captain was calling me Tony for the first 5 weeks that I played for the team.
Hey Tony, come on over here, Tony.
And that's my middle name. And I always was like, there's going to be a scenario one day where I just go by Tony for a little while and see how it fits. Because I'm very proud of having my middle name was named after my grandfather, and I take pride, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I was like, I could go by Tony, but the other AJ decided he was going to go by Tony. So before I could, so now I can't switch to my backup, even though I shouldn't have to go by a different Joey. But every time I'm worried because every time I've encountered another Joey in real life, it's been like Highlander, like one of us has to die. It never goes well. There's always a rivalry for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's only allowed to be one Joey in a circle of friends. When there's 2, then it's problematic.
Joe. Oh no, one of y'all got to go. That's how it sounds.
I mean, Joey's a pretty common name. I would expect there to be 2. Like
Joe is a common name.
Joseph is a common name. Joey.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Joey's a 10-year-old boy.
Joey is not common among adult men.
Joey's a 10-year-old boy. Trying to get him to change that for a number of years now.
But also 2 Joeys and 2 AJs. Y'all are like one Brian short of a full Backstreet Boys group.
We need a Nick first.
I don't know what's going on over there.
Oh my goodness, Joe. So other than the insertion doing their thing, what else happened to you this week?
Insertion.
Joey,
what?
How are you looking in the general direction of the show?
Hold on.
Because I'm dealing with the social media interaction. I got my own intern right now.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
why are the insurrections back at it? Didn't football season just end?
Well, no, it ended.
Real football ended.
Yeah. our last season ended like in November. Yeah. So
your ass is evil.
Fake football runs year round. I don't know what you're talking about.
Our flag football starts up again in March. So, but the registration's like a month in advance. So
yeah.
All right. So when did this season end? You guys just ended in what, like January?
No,
literally
in November.
Just said November.
They ended in November.
Oh, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear it. Okay. All right.
Yeah, that shows how much Candace is paying attention to the show.
I didn't hear. I'm paying attention. I didn't hear it.
You get your hearing aid fixed this week, Ms. August? Mrs. August?
Did what now?
See, there you go. Get that hearing aid fixed. Gotta get that gotta get them AARP discounts at Hearing Plus. But so anything else happening to you, Joe, this week? I mean, did you do any comedy this week?
I did the writer's room on Monday. I normally do.
You didn't do any Zoom shows?
I didn't do any Zoom shows. I saw a Zoom show. I actually I bought tickets to Paris Sachet's Zoom show on Sunday night.
Okay. How was that?
It was actually pretty cool. It was a different format than you might like. It was weird because like they were actively asking people to turn on their cameras and mics unless they had background noise.
Yeah.
But what would happen is I don't think they took into account like the little comments that you make to yourself during the stand-up show. That because people were like sitting right there, we're all coming right through.
Oh, okay.
So anytime someone made some side comment, everyone heard it.
So when you're sitting there looking, that shit ain't funny.
Everyone, hey, you guys, Jesse wants to join, so I'm gonna send him the link. Okay?
Don't do that.
No,
that's not what we do here.
That's counterproductive to the show.
Here's the thing: we have one guest per episode, Candace.
Yes.
That's how that works.
Okay. Yeah, it's not that we don't want him to join. If it was just the 3 of us this week, by all means,
we'll
Jesse
get him back.
Always jump in.
We'll get him back.
We'll have him back on, and then we will continuously promote Coffee and Conversation with Candace and Jesse every Friday on Instagram, YouTube, and so yeah, it like the Zoom shows. Yeah, they don't. No one understands the technology of Zoom yet, 100%. Because I go to Zoom church on Sundays, and like when the pastor says, "Hey, everybody, turn your mics off," they don't remember those people that called in can't turn their mic off. So you still hear that noise coming through, and they got babies and they got crazy people in the background. I haven't heard. No one's cursed anybody out on the church Zoom call, which I'm very proud of. I was close.
Not yet.
Yeah. I was close because I take them at work. So like someone busted in my office. I had it on mute, thank God. But I had it on, but they busted my office. Marks, I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with all these fucking people. And I'm like, I don't either. Let me turn this on. Let me turn my camera off too, so I can talk to you for a second. Oh man. But Adrian, anything happened to you this week?
This past week, I'm trying to figure out like how people keep recognizing me on the street, like with my mask on. Because like I'm like a bald, bearded black man in like Columbia Heights, so like I figured I could just go incognito, but like people keep pointing me out on the streets, like hey, what's going on? It's like, yo, how did got my mask on, man? But then like even the Indian shop owner of 7-Eleven, he was like, my friend, how are you? And I'm like, how? And like he's like, oh, the orange scarf that you wear everywhere, like, oh,
you have a signature scarf?
Yeah, signature scarf. Like people point me out. I guess it's kind of like you know how hunters wear fluorescent orange?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's your thing.
So they don't get shot by other hunters. Where the scarf is like a fluorescent orange, just in case the police are out and about, trigger happy or
you
something.
Put your hands in front of your scarf.
Hunter.
You put your hands in front of your scarf so they see it's not a gun.
I have a theory.
What's your theory?
My theory is that he's not carrying around the same COVID weight as some of the other people, so he stands out now because.
Oh, you're not COVID fat.
Because he's not that COVID fat that most people have.
Oh, the quarantine 15.
Yeah, you don't have that extra quarantine 15 to help you blend in.
Yeah, gotta get with the punchy folk. Candace.
Yeah.
Since you decided to pay attention now, hey, how you doing, Candace? Looking
Hi,
at you.
how are you, Marcus?
You know what? I haven't said in a couple weeks, Joey. Candace looks very good. I would do.
Be respectful, Marcus, for once in your life.
What are you doing?
All right, I'll be respectful about it. Okay.
For once in your life, stop being creepy, sir.
Okay, I would marry Candace on a sunset beach.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Just so I can smash. So, Candace, how was your week this week?
This is I don't fuck with you, sir. Okay, this is what happened to me this week. I discovered for the first time, and I know I'm late with this, the song Jolene by Dolly Parton, and I'm like obsessed with it now. Super fucking obsessed. Hey, you guys have heard this song? You know about it?
Yes. We know Jolene.
I don't.
So
it was before my time.
You don't know that white song?
Huh?
Joey doesn't know that white song.
Don't let Joey be the only person on this call that hasn't heard Jolene.
He's the only person that hasn't heard Jolene. How did that happen?
Just wrong.
Don't know that
That's
one.
just wrong.
2021.
It was before
So basically,
my
Joey,
time.
it's a song called Jolene, and it's Dolly Parton singing about how it's this woman that she feels inferior to, and this woman's prettier than her, and please don't take my husband away from me because you're so fire. Jolene, right? That's what the song is about. And
Sounds like boomer
I think
shit.
Back, so let's just go back to you do know who Dolly Parton is, right, Joey?
Oh, white chick, big boobs, 9 to 5. Yeah.
Working
Exactly.
9 to
Right.
5. She did that
So
and just shook her
if you
titties.
remember anything about Dolly Parton from the 90s, from the 80s, she was it. Like, she was it, right? Big boobs, blonde hair, just beautiful. Like, and I think about...
She was the tits back then, Joey.
Here's what I know. She was in I think, was it Steel Magnolias?
Yep.
Oh, he wasn't.
And then the other thing I know about Dolly Parton is that when I hear the name, the first sound I hear is what's his name? The guy from SNL doing the Sean Connery impression, just yelling "Dolly Parton" into the microphone. So that's what I hear.
Okay, well, this is what you need to know. That in the 80s, Dolly Parton is like the pinnacle of every dude wanted her, like just beautiful, petite. She's like 5'1", huge boobs, blonde hair, pretty. And then, so she makes this song about Jolene, and I think, like, how fucking Jolene must have been the baddest bitch in the entire world.
I mean,
to
shit.
make
Have you seen
Dolly
Enterprise?
Parton feel insecure.
T'Pol was the shit.
Not that Jolene.
What other Jolene is there?
It's
It's the only Jolene I know of.
Well, that's because you're a nerd.
What Jolene are you talking about, Joe?
Blaylock.
Jolene Blaylock, Star Trek fame.
I don't know who the fuck that is. But so Dolly Parton has a song about this woman that she felt insecure about named Jolene. And if you know Dolly Parton and how amazing she was, it's like, how bad did this bitch Jolene have to be to make Dolly Parton feel inferior?
Well, if you watch
that's just something that I was
Enterprise,
thinking
then you'll
about.
find out.
You're really on this
what she was
Enterprise
afraid of.
kick right now.
I'm just saying it tracks. It
Ju-
tracks.
That's one Jolene, Joey. That's one Jolene out of
Find me
tens
the
of
other
millions.
Jolene.
I'm gonna find out who
Wait a
Dolly
minute,
Parton's.
Find me the
This-
Jolene that was wearing overalls that she was actually talking about in that song. Because you know Jolene in the 80s was wearing overalls.
Yeah, probably so. Especially if she knew Dolly Parton.
Yep.
What were we saying, Adrian?
No, I was gonna say the Star Trek Jolene. What character did she play on the show?
T'Pol.
Or
T'Pol, Commander T'Pol,
Sub-Commander T'Pol.
Sub-Commander T'Pol.
oh,
Oh, I don't even know who that
Enterprise.
was. Was that the one with the dark curly hair?
No. Enterprise, the
Nah, she was a
Scott
Vulcan.
Bakula Enterprise. She
Yeah.
was.
oh, I didn't. That's the one Star Trek show I haven't seen yet.
Oh, you
Yeah, I
gotta,
don't
see,
know
you gotta
about
watch
that.
that one actually is better than I'd say better than DS9.
Oh no,
I don't know if that's true.
Whoa,
So was
no.
Jolene the actress's real name, or was that the character's name?
No, that was
No,
the actress's
the actress'
name.
name was Jolene Blaylock.
Guarantee you, she was named after this Dolly Parton song.
Yeah,
Possibly.
more than likely.
Hey, it's possible. I think she was born in the 70s though, so she had been born before the song was made. But hey, you know, Jolene, if we look up baby names from 1960 to 1975, Candace and Jolene would be in there.
You know what? I was not born. You know what? Never mind. I'm not fucking with you today, sir.
When
I'm
you're
not
talking
doing it.
about
I'm not doing it.
songs
You're not
from
born in that window that you just said.
Candace with a K. That's right, Candace with a K. But
Anyway,
yeah,
so
okay.
it's just something that I thought about when I heard this song, and I'm just thinking, like, this must have been the baddest bitch in the whole wide world. Because Dolly Parton was the shit.
She was a bad bitch. Truthfully, like
The baddest.
She's talking
right?
about
In the
Jolene
80s,
now.
she was like it.
yeah, Dolly Parton. Nah, couldn't have done it.
she's never been my type.
That
I don't-
accent still throws. That accent reminds me of oppression and beats. I can't take that accent. I don't
I've-
like Southern accents too tough. So
I've never been about blondes.
yeah. I'm about big boobs though. I am all about
Yeah,
those.
huge boobs.
Yeah, it was
Here's what I
huge.
liked about Dolly. She was like all over the top with the girliness. She had like the long acrylic nails, the big hair wigs, the makeup, the huge boobs. She was like over the top feminine.
That's scary. That's like a fembot.
Almost.
She was. I think she was the prototype for the fembot on Archer.
I think that was an alien type on an episode of Star Trek.
No, they all look like that. all aliens on Star Trek. are-
I think I had an episode where they went to a planet of Dolly Partons.
I don't know. She had like a super feminine, soft voice, and on top of that, with the southern accent, she was it. I loved her.
Why are you talking
And also,
about her in
she's
the
a
past
she's a
tense?
real
Isn't
one.
she
Like
still
she gives a lot to charity, super charitable, and like
Absolutely.
millions of dollars to literacy and homelessness and senior care. So it's like, yo,
And for
Dolly's
someone, that's true. And for someone who's a superstar of country music, which is kind of known to be Heartland America, racist kind of territory, she was very she was openly friends with Patti LaBelle, and you know, like, she was very tolerant and like very non-racist and open about it, which was revolutionary for her time for a country music star.
yeah.
Hold on, let's give it a little listen.
Jolene, Jolene, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man.
All right, that's enough of that before we get cut off for the week. But
Damn, do you hear
Yo, it
when
slaps.
she's like, please, bitch, don't take my husband.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I can see. Well, you got to think she was okay. Now here's an unpopular opinion.
I want to know why in 2021 Candace is discovering this.
I don't know.
She
But
knew it when she was
Joey,
younger.
The songs that you sing from your soul are timeless. So somebody might discover it years later and it still hits because it's such a good song that you wrote from your soul.
Candace was singing this in the mirror when she was singing about me, and she was trying her best. She was like,
what do you have to do with Jolene? Did you hear that in her voice? Jolene. She's like begging, like, please do not take my husband away. I can't compete with you, Jolene. You can hear it.
That's about how Candace feels about me. I know it. I know it. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. All right. Yeah. You gonna learn today.
I'm just gonna keep blinking until this segment's over.
All right, so Jolene and Candace's week. Team Grab Ass and Joey's week. Wait, that's not just it's touch football. It's grab ass. Come on now. Let's get it.
It's not touch.
It's not what is it? Flag football?
Oh.
You know what?
You gonna leave Joey and the impositions alone. Let's move along and find out.
Joey and the Spanish
Marcus, how was
Inquisition.
your week, Marcus?
Oh my goodness. Joe, you know what? We do have a special guest this week.
We do.
Mr. Adrian Russell has joined us. And I at this point I like to slow it down a little bit. And
oh yeah.
Adrian's got a good mic. I can see his windscreen on there. I can see that he's a professional, Joseph. Unlike Candace, who decided to go get a Bob Barker mic and fuck up sound for 2 weeks on the Comedy Podcast. When and where? God damn it! Don't offer nothing you ain't trying to give up. Oh, but
somewhere out there right now, somebody who's into beards is watching this and like playing with themselves. I don't know if it's a man or a woman. It might be both. But
could be both.
Joey, why did you have to take us there?
There's a lot of beard gang going on right now.
What are you doing? Where did that come from?
Even Candace's mustache is turning somebody on right now.
You know what? Fuck you. I don't have a mustache.
Wow.
I had to do it. It was right there. It was fucking right there. If I didn't do it, it wouldn't be the Not Comedy Podcast. Come on, fuck on. She doesn't have a mustache, folks. For all you listening on SoundCloud,
ruined.
She doesn't have a mustache. It's like a what is that called? Peach fuzz. It's just peach fuzz around the lip. So when she sweats, it just beads up right there. But Adrian,
worry about your hairline, Carl Winslow. Don't worry about me.
Last time I checked, I'm not worried about this. This is in God's hands. This is God's got this. I pray on it every day. I go like,
you're not only a client, but you also the president. Get your hairline together, sir.
My hairline.
Don't worry about me.
My hairline works. I'm not gonna go in deep on her, Joey. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it this week. This week is a positive week. Trying to be positive.
So we have a guest.
Still Black History
This is the positive week.
It's Black History Month still, so we got to show unity. We can't let the white man see us arguing, Candace. Jesus,
y'all talking about
here.
Adrian's segment. Get to Adrian.
All right, we're gonna talk. All right. Adrian Wilson, I want to welcome you, sir, to the That Comedy Podcast.
Who or what is an Adrian Wilson?
Oh, Russell.
Marcus, you are the worst. You were doing so well.
I think they're both brands of basketball. So
yes. Listen, Adrian Spalding is a guest on our podcast. Sorry, I could. It was right there. I had to.
Adrian Russell, I want to welcome you, sir. So here on the Dot Comedy Podcast, we think of all of our guests as part of our extended family. So on behalf of the team, I'd like to start. Here's the thing. This is how we're going to do it different from now on, Joey. I want to extend the olive branch of family to Adrian Russell and welcome you to the Dot Comedy family. Because you are now part of us. We don't do too much as far as family events. You don't get paid to do anything with us. You You may get criticized, ridiculed, and belittled, just like your regular family. And we will, in due time, ask you for a favor that you won't want to do, but you will feel obligated because we were such nice people to you. So that's just like a family. So
that's family 101 right there.
But yes, sir, welcome to the show. So first thing, how long have you been doing comedy, sir?
So I've been doing comedy a little over about 3 years, about 3.5 years now. Okay. And the first time I actually did comedy was like, it was a mixed bag, honestly. Like I've done stand-up mostly. I'm getting into improv right now, but the first time I actually did stand-up comedy, it was a little rough. Like long story short, I was super nervous, almost kind of, no one really kind of passed out. I passed out first time I did stand-up comedy, but I got through the entire set, finished it, clean. And then once I put the mic in the stand and got off stage, then I dropped to the ground.
You pulled a DL Hewley.
See, in my brain, I like to think it was more like James Brown, where like you're sweating and you're working so hard, and then like you kneel down and like somebody pulls a cape over top of you, and then like
like James Brown, where you expend so much of your energy on this stellar performance that you just don't have anything left.
You got enough left, and then
I know what you mean. Yeah, definitely.
It was 10 bar napkins sewn together, just draped over your back.
But no, my friends who were there told me less James Brown, more heroin overdose. So. Okay. But they said I was funny, and the comics who saw me there thought I was funny too. So they just said, "Stick the landing next time, no passing out." So then, after that, it was all good. So
okay, see that's my fear. That's why I don't do stand-up comedy. Because my fear is I'm gonna get up there and I'm not gonna breathe the whole time, and then like soon as I finish, I'm gonna take that first breath and then just fall the hell out. Because it does. See, every time I've done things like that, like when I public speak. I always at like the end, like if I'm doing like a debate or something, I'll speak really fast and I'll get through everything, and then I'll take a breath, and it's like, wait, it's like, are you breathing the whole time? And I'm like,
well, I mean, little known fact, you can do a 5-minute set of stand up without breathing, but you need to eat though, because that's what got me. My blood sugar was low, and then it just got me as soon as I stepped off stage. Oh, man. But apparently the bartender had seen something like that before, so because she rushed over with margarita mix and like got my blood sugar right back up. Like she was like a nurse and just triaged it that second. So
shout out to all the bartenders saving lives and giving drinks. That's what I like to hear.
So just as a public service announcement, when your blood sugar crashes, what you need is margarita mix. Is what you're saying?
Margarita mix. Yeah,
it does have all the essentials.
It is. It's actually good for you.
Speaking of tequila, no, just joking. Like
seriously, I could also talk about tequila. It has plenty of sugar in it too, but tequila is an upper. It's a probiotic. It's good for your digestion, and it's the gift that really
tequila's a probiotic. What about vodka? Is that a probiotic?
No, not at all.
Oh man.
Yeah, vodka is just stale potato water, and I'm not sure it's really good.
Look how you shitted on my drink of choice. Stale potato water?
Truth is truth. Depends on what you like to do.
Good Lord.
So
no, but the reason I said speaking of tequila, because you wanted to talk about Kendall Jenner.
That's that crime against nature. She apparently found the best off-brand tequila she could find, and then slapped her brand on it, 818, which is like a Latino area code in California. And then she was like, "Oh, after so many years, we found the best tequila, and now we want to offer it to the rest of the world." And it's like,
so she tried to confuse people who were looking for 1800.
So wait, is this Kendall or Kylie?
This is Kendall.
Kendall. Sure. Okay. Here's what I would like to say is those girls are so beautiful and so famous that they can pick anything to slap their name on. Anything. And she just
except for a good marriage. They slapped their name on a bunch of bad marriages.
Well, I think the thing that they would be most able to promote would be beauty products, right? So like perfume or makeup or something like that, because they're such beautiful girls. But really their name, the Kardashian name, is marketable. Yeah. Whatever you want to choose, slap your name on it, you can make $1 million for them. And good for them. Let them make their money.
Yeah, please, by all means. But I think this is more like a Jurassic Park situation. Like, everyone's focused on whether you could, but we should be asking should, you actually go.
My question, though, Adrian, is why not? Why not?
I don't know. I mean, part of me is like, yeah, you're a business person, and if there's a market for it, by all means. But do we have to drag the good name of tequila into
the Kardashians?
I mean, they've already just enveloped so much. Like, they got Kanye, they got beauty, they got sex tapes. Like, they've got like a considerable portion of American entertainment left done.
Here's what I say: they are rich, powerful, beautiful, influential women. Let them do their thing. Whatever they want to do, I'm with it.
Why are they influential?
Why are you supporting this so hard? Listen, Candace.
Because people want to shit on women so bad. And let them girls do their thing. Let them do their thing.
Yeah.
No,
Candace, how often have you heard me, other than you, how often have you heard me really shit on women? Like, literally, how often have I ever done that? That is not.
I don't take issue with what they're doing here in general. It's the quality of the tequila they've chosen. I think here that it really is what's bothering Adrian is that you gotta understand they have a platform here. Millions of young tweens are going to be looking to try tequila for the first time, and they're going to buy this shitty tequila because she's promoting.
We haven't tasted it yet. So the jury's tequila. Yeah, the jury's still out. So I guess it's worth the tasting.
I've heard the Rocks tequila is really good.
Whatever it is, it's got to be better than Ciroc. And Diddy put his name all over that garbage.
I think Diddy sold Ciroc. Either Diddy or Jay-Z recently sold one of their liquor brands.
Whatever. Ciroc is garbage. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that celebrities promote bullshit liquor all the time.
Yeah,
so let that girl make her money.
Yeah, I'm not standing in the way. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Kardashians are a bit of an easy target, but like when it comes to like business and just making it out there, like if you got it, you got it. So I'm not here to stand in the way of her making money and being an entrepreneur because like if she wants to go out there and do that, by all means. I just my heart hopes that it's a good tequila. Maybe I have to try it one day, but just
I bet it's excellent.
Yeah.
What's the name of it? What's the name of it?
It's 818.
818. Okay, I'm not a tequila drinker, but I bet it's an excellent tequila.
I bet it tastes like piss water. I'm just telling the world what I believe.
No. Here's the thing. We're going to follow up on this. We're going to make Candace try this on air.
Okay.
So when it burns and she has to like cry after she drinks it, we can watch her try to play it off.
Like,
here's the thing.
Great. Women. Yeah.
I don't think Chris would let them put their name on anything that's subpar. Chris is like, she runs a tight ship. And if it's something that she's going to let her family endorse, it's probably a good quality.
Okay.
Who's Chris?
Kris Jenner. The man in
it's
the relationship.
It's their mom who's their manager.
The man. That dude, that old dude that keep hanging out with him.
I don't care about one genital, let alone 5. Like, what?
There's 19 Jenner Kardashians over there.
I'm done with all of them.
Where's Rob? No one's found Rob in a number of years. But no, wait.
Because he's not the money maker. It's the women that are the money maker for that clan.
I digress.
Yeah.
Adrian Russell.
It is now.
So the segment's about Adrian Russell. It's about Adrian Russell's rise to the top. His grind. And his I'm trying to think of more adjectives. His moves, his movements, his thing, his pièce de résistance. Oh, I found out what you were saying last week. On as a side note, let the good times roll. Indeed, Candace, let the good times roll.
Yes,
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir?
That's something else.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi ce soir means like, I think it means like, can I spend the night with you tonight?
Of course you
But
can, Candace. That's not an option. That's not like optional.
optional.
You don't have to ask me in different languages. You could just come over. It's not.
You know what? I'm about to hang up. Adrian, please let Adrian.
So, Adrian, what made you decide to start trying to do comedy?
Yes.
What got you into it?
Honestly, it was a health scare that got me into comedy because I've been writing. I kept up with comics for years and been writing jokes, but then I was like, I don't know. I've never been like a natural performer, so when it came to actually like getting on stage, there was a little bit of reluctance there. But then when I had like a health scare, and I was like, all right, if everything comes back clean, I'm gonna do comedy. And then it was like, false alarm, and I'm like, shit. So then. But it got me on stage. And then even after like passing out, and, you know, the good feedback from the comms that heard me was like, yo, for the first timer, like your jokes were really well written. And your delivery was like, you know, solid. So like, just, you know, keep doing it, come back. And yeah, I just had to get back on stage. I mean, it took me a little while to like, you know, get over the embarrassment of like passing out. But then after I got over that, then it's like, yeah, I just got back on stage and just kept pounding the pavement and writing jokes and just figuring out what my voice was really.
So, Adrian, when you said you passed out, you're talking about literally like passed out, or you're like, what do you mean? Like you got off stage and just like fell? What happened?
Yes, like I put the microphone in the stand. I mean, because when I was on stage, and like I got to like 4 jokes, and like, you know, I got my timing down, I got my punchlines, and people laughed at those first 4. But then on the 5th one, it's like my brain stopped working. Like the electrical connections weren't making any sense, and I was literally just on stage for like 5 seconds, dead air, in front of like 60 people. It was at the Big Hunt. It was kind of intimidating for the first time doing comedy.
It's not a first time.
But that was
First of all, the fact that you even got up at the Big Hunt is remarkable in and of itself.
Yeah, I think me passing out might have been when Sean Joyce was like, "Hey, maybe we shouldn't let newbies do the Big Hunt."
Fucked it up for everybody, sir.
Right, exactly. So like, but then when so after like on my 5th joke, my brain stopped working. Like I snapped out of it after 5 seconds. I'm like, all right, I gotta get the fuck off stage. So, but like, all right, you guys been great. Have a good night. Put it in the microphone stand, and I stepped like 2 steps off stage. So I'm successfully off stage, you know. But now it's at like a step towards the bar, and then like lights out, and I'm just waking up on the floor like 2 seconds later. So it was like a clear, and like my friends were there. Some people tried to catch me, but like it was also in the middle of someone else's set. So I remember hearing them like say, "Hey, he had a pretty like they, you know, people riff on one of your like tags or something." Yeah. They were in the middle of riffing, and then I like hit the ground, and then I'm like waking up, and you know.
Oh my God, that's scary.
Yeah, a little scary, but it was also like looking back on it was kind of funny. But yeah, I've never. That was the first and only time I've been to the Big Hunt, so I'm pretty sure like they remembered me. But I've been on some other underground comedy stages too, so I'm sure it wasn't that bad. But like, even there are other comedians that were there that night who, like, a few years, like maybe a year or 2 after that, like they'll see me in like an open mic or something. They'll be like, "Yo, you the one that passed out, like." Big Hunt? And I was like, yep, that was me. It's like, hey, man, how you okay?
I would have conveniently forgotten that happened. That's how I would have handled it.
I wouldn't have. I'd be like, Joey, he was the dude that passed out. He'd be like, I think
like, no, Fred, this is the guy I was talking about, the one who bounced off the pavement.
So how are you? Okay, so in the climate of Zoom and virtual shows, things like how has comedy changed to you? Because you started 3 years ago, so you were 2 years outside of COVID.
Right.
So in that changeover? How's that been for you?
It's been like, at first I was resistant, honestly. I was resistant to like doing online comedy shows, but like actually once you kind of get into the flow, I mean, it's a slight transition, but once you get into the energy and the flow of doing a Zoom show, like it's somewhat seamless because you have like for regular stand-up, you have to use your whole body, right? Like you're performing with your whole body, and like people who fidget with their hands or their feet or whatever, it can be distracting. But with like Zoom shows, it's just like the neck up. That's all you got to worry about. Like you can use your neck. Like it's a little bit easier than doing regular comedy, but the energy's off because like you can't like feed off of your.
I disagree. I think it's definitely more difficult than doing regular. It's like awkward, right? There's no, because when you're on stage, you're feeding off the energy of the room.
Yeah.
On Zoom, there's no energy exchange. It's just you performing to your computer screen, right? So it's kind of, I don't know.
I mean, I found like, it's almost like, to me, it's like you have to, I mean, there definitely is that deficit, right? Where you can't feed off of the energy of the crowd, but it's almost like you have to be like a Jimmy Fallon or Seth Meyers or Samantha Bee, where you're giving your jokes in like a monologue. And then if the laughs come, they come, but you can't like wait for the laughs with lag and all these other factors with Zoom. So I think with Zoom, you have to really trust your material a little bit more instead of the crowd. But, I don't know. I found there are trade-offs, but I think to me, you know, Zoom is a little bit easier than just regular stand-up. Because again, I have nervous energy with my body, so sometimes I'll fidget with like my hands. Like sometimes I don't know what to do with my hands, so I put them on my hip or I play with a pencil or something. So like I don't have to worry about any of that with Zoom. It's just like neck up. So
do that all off screen.
Sitting over there like this.
Right, like I'm doing my Zoom setup. I'm gonna do my Zoom set, and I'm making a sandwich like right underneath my
juggling.
Yeah,
he's doing something that like tiny furniture, like Freeman in The Wire.
Yeah. How many of y'all got kids?
But like, speaking of, didn't someone earlier say something about like they were getting heckled at a Zoom show or something?
Was it you, Joey?
Oh, I didn't have that a Zoom show. You can just have the moderator mute everybody.
I was talking about the Paris's show that I saw on Sunday, and it wasn't so much she was being heckled. It was they had opened up all the microphones so that they could hear the laughs.
Yeah.
But what I don't think they accounted for is like the little comments that people normally make under their breath at a comedy show.
Yeah.
And because it was Zoom and the mic's like right there, it was getting picked up. So it was as loud as anything else you heard.
Right.
Yeah. So that actually happened to me on a Zoom show a few weeks ago because I was, and the heckler happened to be, of all people, my mother. Like she.
Okay. Wait. What?
Yeah. Like I was doing a Zoom show and like my mom was like, "I want to see you do some comedy." So I sent her the link, thinking she's not gonna like call in. And then she calls in, and like, of course, we tell everybody to unmute themselves and put their mics on. And like, I'm in the middle of a joke about like, I'm literally joking about my mother, and then like you can hear her commenting. I said something about like, you know, oh well, yeah, you see that, you hear that, son? Even the devil got married. You should think about settling down. And like you can hear after the joke, she was like, "Yeah, that's right. You should get married. You should think about that." Wow. And like I'm joking about my twin sister, and she's like, "That ain't right. Your sister gonna find out about this." And my mom,
why was I not watching this? Like,
that would have been hilarious.
Like it was, and then I had like some Jesus jokes, and she was like, "Don't you joke about Jesus now? He's gonna get you." And I was like, "Oh."
That's funny.
And I'm like, okay. But it made the show that much more funnier. So that was like the most welcome heckling I could have asked for. But threw off my timing a little bit. But overall, I haven't had much more heckling than that. But
well, I mean, if people are there,
overall, Zoom comedy has been decent. It's been pretty good.
If people are on a Zoom to watch comedy, I don't think they do too much heckling because you're there for that reason.
Yeah,
it's not like a comedy club or like a open mic where people are there eating dinner and they hear a bad joke and go, "This shit ain't funny. Why you interrupting my dinner for this?"
I think it's more incidental stuff or like random crap happening in the background. Like someone was like running their microwave, you know, or
my burrito's done.
Yeah.
But also, it'd be interesting if like someone was just doing some oddball shit in the background instead of like microwaving their burrito. They're trying to get in a little bit of flute practice or something, and then you're like, "Oh, was I not on mute?"
Some of these shows I've seen, like people will be straight up like half naked in bed watching the Zoom show with the camera on, like.
I could dig that. I was half naked in church one Sunday. I just put my shirt on. I put a polo shirt on, and I wasn't wearing no pants. Just sitting there in a chair with a polo shirt on. Nobody could see my drawers under this.
But God can see those drawers, though.
God saw those drawers.
I have to second that. When I'm on any kind of video conference, I never have pants on, like ever. So it's like pants are optional when people can only see you from the chest up.
Shirts are a must. Pants are optional.
I had one work call where I almost went on in my underwear, and like just my underwear because I meant to have my camera off. And ever since, I haven't taken the chance. Like it's just I just like after that like close call, I was like, nope, never again.
So
wait,
Adrian,
you accidentally turned the camera on?
I thought because normally my camera defaults to off on at my on Microsoft Teams, but for whatever reason that day it wasn't, and I was like, I literally saw that I like for a split second I saw myself, but I was late to the meeting, so I clicked. So then I was like, oh fuck, and I hit exit. So I like entered the meeting and left
half naked.
Before, so I don't know if they got like a glimpse.
I leave my camera unplugged, completely unplugged. So the only time you're going to see me is if I physically have to plug it in. There are no mistakes.
My laptop has this nice little privacy feature. I just close that off there, so the government don't watch me watching.
Oh, see, you're in dangerous territory because yours is built in. I have a separate webcam that I can plug and unplug, so they can't catch me slipping.
So I made one mistake of having a skip level meeting. You know when you meet with the boss's boss. So I had a skip level 1-on-1, and I forgot that my brother is a horrible house guest because he hangs out in his underwear.
Oh,
and so he's sitting behind me. Like initially he's not in the frame, so I'm good. And then all of a sudden I'm on this call and I see in like the picture behind me, this dude with no shirt who like he like looks like the Taliban right now because he's wearing a headband. If you were watching our episode a few weeks ago, like he's got the full Jesus beard going and he hasn't cut his hair, I think, since the pandemic started. So he gets up and walks right through the background. Thankfully like no one met. Did he say anything? There was no mention. There was no questions about it.
I think that's a norm right now on these virtual meetings. Like spouses popping in half naked and shit like that. That's just part of doing business right now. Until we get back to the normal way of doing things, coming into offices and things like that, people are going to be like, that's not surprising.
Yeah, but when is the normality going to come back, though? Because, I mean, like, it seems like we've been doing this for damn near a year.
It is a year. But that brings me to the question that I want to ask everybody. Have any of you gotten the vaccination? Anybody gotten the shot yet?
They're restricting who can get it right now, so it's not as soon as it's available to me, I will, because I feel like I'm a high risk for spreading shit. Because
he's a super.
Why are you high risk?
because he goes everywhere.
I'm everywhere. I go everywhere.
Joey's all over the damn map.
I cross state borders on a regular basis
Okay. All right.
for
I'm not getting it out of
extracurricular activities.
until the government openly admits to Tuskegee and all other experiments they've done to black people. I will not be getting their experimental drug to stop me.
So the African American community is notoriously gun shy of any sort of injection since the Tuskegee experiments, and it's completely understandable. I'm very skeptical myself.
Yeah, and I don't believe they're like I was looking at the news last night, and they were like, yeah, after they give there's 6 doses in each vial. And at the end of that, there's enough in the bottom for a half dose for someone else. But they're throwing all those bottles away. So now they're trying to figure out what to do with those half doses.
Can't they just take the 2 half doses and put them together? I don't understand what the problem is.
That goes against FDC rules.
Why?
Because they say it's contaminated because of how many times they've stuck a needle into it.
Have you been to a restaurant? Like if they put down bread on your table, they'll throw it away if before they give it to someone else.
Yeah, but they marry the ketchups at the end of the night. Like I don't understand why are we wasting vaccinations when there's a global pandemic?
Like they literally showed a bookshelf full of bags of vaccine, and they said total it was about 10,000 more shots in those vials. And how much they were just going to throw away because the FDC said they can't give it to anybody.
Our government is just completely failing on all fronts at handling this.
They could have just take some out. That's
they are
what I thought at first.
The ball at every chance. I feel like
you put in enough for 6, and that's what you get out of it. That's how I look at it. And then you do it. It's easier to do it that way.
I don't know. I gave up. They'll vaccinate me when they want to vaccinate me. That's how I approach it.
You're like the last in the line.
I know. I'm not. What am I going to do?
Yeah, healthy, young, able-bodied people are last in line. They figure your immune system can help you out. You don't need it. You don't need a
high risk job. Like if you don't have a high risk job either.
I mean,
so like essential workers all get it. Can all get it now.
Marcus, your ass should be able to get injected. You're at risk for being overweight, right?
And you're at risk for being old. So what the hell is that? You should be able to get you should have got the first set from the old people's home. What kind of shit is that, Candy? We were doing better.
You gotta be over 65, sir. Over 65.
And you are 67. I don't know what you're talking about right now, old ass Candace.
If you're at that age where they got to be cautious giving vaccines to the elderly. That's the one group that's been had trouble with the vaccine.
And Candace's an old black woman, so she don't trust the government.
I don't at all. I don't trust them at all.
You don't trust your girl?
Campbell?
Ooh, Kamala?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but this ain't about her. This is about Big Farm, and they will inject me with anything.
Did she get vaccinated yet? Didn't she say she was going to?
Yeah.
I remember that topic at the debate.
I'm pretty sure she had to get it.
Joe, I'm going to get vaccinated.
Her and Joe have been vaccinated?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
She said, I'm going to get vaccinated if Joe Biden tells me.
Joe Biden.
Not Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
So Joe's like 92 years old, so he's in the demographic that would be vaccinated first. But I don't know about her.
Yeah, but she's VP and she's traveling all the time, so she's had to have had it already.
Okay.
She had her second shot. I've seen a couple. I met a couple people that have had their second dosages, and I'm like, all right, cool. As long as you don't start ticking and shit, or you don't get it, and then they like, oh, well, we gave you the placebo.
Right.
I'm pretty sure I'm immune at this point. So
I think the reason why they're giving it to all these old people first is because they don't really know what's going on with it. It's a vaccination that was rushed. If you think about it, vaccinations take literally years to come up with. Like if you think of things that we are vaccinated against, polio, chickenpox, measles, it takes years for them to come up with that. And they came up with this shit in 18 months.
Well,
and they're like, you know what? Let's give it
on.
to the old people first because they're about to die anyway. And let's just see what happens with that demographic.
Hold on
I
a
think that's
second.
what they're
Before you, but
I
the
just
thing
want to
is
go
that
into a
is-
clinic and have them test my blood. I think I'm immune. Like I
You're
have
not
to be.
immune. Shut up.
It would have happened by now.
You're not immune. You're not immune. You just around. You're not around all the people.
Look at my gut biome and tell me I'm not immune.
You're not immune. But the thing is, with the shots and everything, they're giving it to old people. As Candace said, so they can test it out. Old people ain't got that much time left, so they're just saying, all right, we'll give it to all them, and if it goes bad, it goes bad. The other thing is, you can do more now. You can do more faster now because technology is actually caught up to getting things done quicker. Because you think about polio and chickenpox. When did they come up with those vaccines? They came up with those vaccines in the 60s and 70s.
No, I do understand that technology and medicine have progressed so we can get things sooner. And also, this is a global pandemic. So the greatest scientific and medical minds in the world have come together to try to get this vaccine. So that accelerates the timeline as well. But even so, even taking into consideration modern day technology, as well as the fact that everybody was collaborating on this, still 18 months to come up with the vaccine is unheard of.
Yeah, like usually it takes around like a year and a half, maybe 2 years, but 18 months is what? No, that's about a year and a half, but still. No, but
that's incredibly quick for a vaccination.
No,
But you have to remember, they were working on this before we all got all scared about it. Because when China had their first outbreaks in December, when Wuhan was shut down in January.
No, I think by December or January, China was like wrapping it up. So they had their outbreaks way before that. I want to say October, November.
No, they didn't have their big outbreaks when they shut down China was in February.
Okay.
And then they cleaned everything up. They cleaned everything up quicker than everybody else.
Real quick,
But the thing is, they didn't. The World Health Organization had already started working on it, so they were working on vaccines then. So you're talking 12 to 14 months of just continuous working on something and working on something that affects everybody. It's not like this thing. This isn't like chicken pox, which has a mortality rate for children. This isn't like polio, which we could kill everybody, but back in the 1800s. This is now where everyone can go on Microsoft Teams and actually talk to each other across the world, or go on Zoom and have a full panel of scientists there.
No, I understand the progression in technology and how that can accelerate the timeline, but still, 18 months for a vaccine?
I don't care. Give me it now. I want to go to a
ridiculous.
movie theater and buy disappointment from the concession stand.
What, you really want to go to the theater?
Something. Give me something. I need a vacation. I need something. I need some public event.
All right, we're gonna go to let's see, the next Pretty Funny Live event up in New York City. When's the next Pretty Funny Live event, Candace?
Not anytime soon. We're waiting for this. We're waiting for this panty to clear up.
Them panties to clear up? Yeah, you got to wait for them panties to clear up.
No, the
streaking
panty,
problem. Like, what are we talking about here?
It's got a wiping issue. You got to wait for them panties to clear up. Oh man, but Adrian Russell.
Tide pods. That's when you use them. Is
How long? So we asked how long you've been doing comedy.
Yeah.
Oh, we're still in that segment.
We haven't finished. Y'all keep hijacking his interview.
I didn't do that.
You both did it. God damn it.
I did nothing of the sort.
So, who are some of your influences in comedy? That's one of the big ones.
Well, I mean, of course, Dave Chappelle. I mean, he's like he's on the Mount Rushmore of like my influences. But like, oddly enough, like Dave Attell.
Okay.
Like that dude is so sharp. Patrice O'Neal, Brian Regan. Like those dudes are just such good writers. And also just as a performance aspect, like they really know how to like deliver and accentuate the right parts of their jokes. So I really enjoy listening to them. Definitely Roy Scovel. That dude is like, his improvs are just fucking hilarious, and like I can listen to his jokes like 1,000 times and still laugh my ass off. You know.
Okay.
Adrian, did you get a chance to watch the Patrice special?
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the documentary?
Yeah, is it good?
No,
I haven't seen it.
No, not the documentary. I thought you were talking about like one of his